I am so excited to introduce you to the Spring 2023 Virtual Showcase speakers from the Big Talk Academy. Each one of these speakers went through the 12-week certification program, which culminated in the Virtual Showcase. I look forward to hearing what you think about their big talks. Enjoy. Lindsay Hurty, who is a life teacher who guides growth-minded learners through inner work. Through her education platform, Everwell, Lindsay teaches and writes about identity awareness, inner aliveness, and cultivating wisdom. A beloved former high school English teacher, Lindsay inspires adults through keynotes, gatherings, and her course, Self-School. Please welcome to the stage Lindsay Hurty with The Art of Discovering Your Life Teachers.
When I discovered my child's beloved bunny gutted by the dog, I panicked. Almost nothing in our home carries as much emotional value as Bunny. Immediately, I went into Mama's Gonna Fix It mode, desperate to make this better before he got home from school. And I remembered that buried in some closet, we had Backup Bunny. My son never took to it, but Backup Bunny was our insurance plan. I made my way to the cleaners, home to our town's best seamstress, Sanda, and presented both bunnies. She surveyed the situation, and I'm all, can we just take Bunny's head and put it on Backup Bunny's body? Now, Sanda is a sewing superhero, and yet here is what she said. I can't do this without your son's permission. I mean, wait, what? Was she kidding me? I mean, I was a guaranteed customer who would pay whatever she charged me, and I was not here for parenting advice. But she looked at me knowingly and lovingly and said, the right thing to do is tell your son. He can handle it, but he obviously loves this bunny for me to do anything without him knowing about it. I mean, come on. I did not need this poorly timed teachable moment, which was exactly what it was starting to feel like, a potential marker in the development of my inner self brought to me by what I suspected was a life teacher in the form of my local seamstress. Since childhood, I've loved teachers and learning so much that I earned a master's in education and became a high school English teacher. These days, I'm a self-development teacher. And I've always been curious about our two learning trajectories as growing people. One, which is to become academically educated, and the other, which is to acquire a self-education. To become academically educated, we're all familiar with the container of school. It's concrete, linear, and predictable. But to become self-educated, there's no standard container, no experts designing an individualized life curriculum for our inner growth, no assigned teachers. A self-education is abstract, circuitous, and unpredictable. The reality is that when it comes to our self-education, it's on us. It's on us to be ready for teachable moments, to craft our life curriculum, and to discover and learn from our life teachers. The fun part is that life teachers can show up as anyone. Maybe they're an academic teacher, but maybe they're the custodian or a fellow passenger on the plane or a checkout clerk at the store or a seamstress. Life teaching is when one's human experience offers something profound to the shaping of another's human experience. I define a life teacher as one whose wisdom lovingly supports and guides the becoming of another. Wisdom. Wisdom, as I see it, is an inner repository that begins to take shape as children and gets fuller and richer as we age. It's a storehouse of our unique set of absorbed experiences, relationships, and content. And typically, wisdom presents as a calm, confident understanding about some aspect of being a person. And further, research reveals that leaning into our wisdom as we age is a guaranteed path to a meaningful life. So collecting wisdom is actually a form of self-preservation. And life teachers are wisdom's ambassadors. Life teachers are the wisdom source to becoming our best selves throughout life. So how do we find our life teachers, and what do we do once we've noticed them? Well, I've got some tips. It all begins when you decide. Let's break it down. First, decide to be a life learner. When you have made this one simple decision, a vast landscape of teachable moments opens up to you. E, expect the unexpected. Anyone is a potential life teacher. And your timeline for teachable moments is entirely unpredictable. C, care for your self-education. No one will care about your becoming as much as you will. So put yourself inside of opportunities that push inner you forward. There is no prescribed path here, so make it fun. Next, I, invite the wisdom of others. When you sense the love of wisdom's presence, trust it and let it in. D, dig deep when wisdom has been imparted. Most of the time, life teaching is indirect. So get in the habit of asking yourself, what am I meant to learn here? And then really take the time to reflect on that. Finally, E, embrace discomfort. Inner growth, it's uncomfortable. But rather than resisting it, welcome it, because you will get to the other side of that discomfort and you will be wiser for it. Discomfort was all I felt when Santa stopped me in my tracks with my son's mauled bunny. And I'm a self-development teacher, and even I was caught off guard by this unexpected teachable moment. But I sensed that she knew something about being a person that I just hadn't learned yet. So sheepishly, I went home with Bunny and Backup Bunny. Later, I told my son about the incident. He cried. But when I reminded him of Backup Bunny and told him about Santa, he lit up with hope. Together, we went back to Santa's shop. This time, he asked for her help. And to my utter surprise, he actually said that Bunny was all he wanted for Christmas. I mean, how easily that coveted Lego set got dethroned from the list. Happily, Santa got to work. And this is my son on Christmas morning. And something else happened in all of this, something subtle. When Santa received Bunny from my son, she looked again at me with a calm, confident look in her eye that felt to me like this invisible yet magical transmission, where a bit of her wisdom was now a bit of my wisdom too. Here was Santa, a woman, a grandmother, a seamstress whose cultural background and primary language differed dramatically from mine. And she was my life teacher, whether or not she'd meant to be. I'd learned from her that when it comes to wisdom, when you're open to it and you embrace it and you embody it, that wisdom becomes part of you. So that one day, in someone else's unexpected teachable moment, you can be the life teacher too. Thank you.
Amazing, Lindsay. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Wow.
Let's mute everyone. All right. Your framing is fantastic. Your backdrop is awesome. Your wardrobe is equally as wonderful. I love the opening of the talk with Bunny and Backup Bunny in the pictures, and that you take us right into an experience of the teachable moment and that she requested your son's permission. It's fantastic. It's such a great story, and it brings us right in. And to talk about Santa as your life teacher in this way is a great transition into the meat of the talk, and how you just describe and define self-education, and how it's on us to craft our life's curriculum
It gets us thinking about everything and how we show up in our lives. Also, you highlight that life teachers are everywhere and that's the fun part. So it helps us have a playfulness with it, and that we all are sharing in the same human experience. Being able to define the life teacher with those slides works great. Your slides are simple, they're easy to read, the font's big enough, really, really good use of slides. When you bring the decide, expect the acronym of decide slide on, that's also very easy for us to read, and it flows nicely with your delivery. My suggestion there would be to just go into the words. We don't need you to say expect. Right? So just decide, expect, and then the next word, because we can see it's an acronym the way you've got it laid out. You are a very warm, confident, and relatable speaker. It's very easy to watch you speak and to listen to you. And when you finished the acronym, you went into the discomfort transition back to Sanda and the bunny. That was really, really smooth, a really nice transition there. The Lego joke was also really a nice addition at the end. And I love that you share with us that Sanda was proud of you in that moment because you implemented her wisdom. And to be able to show that two people can coexist, and that they're equals, and that they're sharing life wisdom, or her life wisdom was transmitted to you and then you can pass it on to someone else. It's a really nice connection there. And I think that's how we all pass it forward. And you did a beautiful job of illustrating that by telling that story. Amazing, amazing work. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much, Tricia.
You are
so much to me.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the virtual showcase speakers of the 2023 spring cohort. I would love to hear what you think about each of their talks. And if you desire to speak on my big stage, head on over to thebigtalkacademy.com and register today. Remember, your voice matters. Big love. Mwah.